Hey there, Corey, my friend.
Oh, hey Andy. Hi.
If you just bear with me just 1 minute,
Yeah,
and I'll
it's
be I'll
good.
be right
I
with
need
you.
to finish
Just
I need to finish a message. It's perfect.
no problem. Hey there, Joanne. Good to see you. You're on mute. Feel free to unmute yourself.
Yeah, sorry, I just said, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Very well,
You've caught
Joanne.
you've caught the sun by the look of it.
Well, we've actually just come away from holiday. We just had
All
a
right,
week in Cape Verde, and then we
very
come back to
nice.
glorious weather here as well. So I'm topping the tan up.
With the humidity.
I know, I know. Right, okay. So we're going to hit the ground running. It's 4 o'clock. There's been a lot of people that said they want to attend. So I'm sure some people will be dropping in as we go. Just let you know, the first session that I had last night was electric. The way that people showed up, the quality of the questions that they asked, it just showed me how committed and serious and hungry they was in actually building their business. So hopefully this evening is going to be equally as electric as last night. My intention with doing this, I'm going to open up a little bit of a PowerPoint slide deck, just to share 3 or 4 slides. My intention with this, hey Melissa, good to see you. Really, really happy that you could join in today. My intention is to show up to serve. Like there's no pitch, there's nothing for me to sell here, there's nothing for you to buy here. So if you're feeling as though there's going to be a big pitch, there's not. I am just simply showing up to serve. And I'll explain why as well, because obviously there's a reason behind it. So what I'm going to do is share my screen that I want to share and then walk you through it, and then we can get started. Before we get started, let me know where you are in the room. So drop inside chat. We are now in the second half of 2026. Whatever happens or whatever has happened in the first section or the first half of 2026, I'm not bothered. Right? So I'm not bothered if you didn't make any sales. I'm not bothered if you did make sales. What I want to know from you is, are you going to change? Are you going to make more sales in the last half of 2026? Are you geared up to make more sales in the last half of 2026? Let me know in the chat where you are with that. Melissa says yes. Corinne says hey. Joanne says yes. Amazing. Everything I do is all about increasing the flow of sales. So if we're not increasing the flow of sales, or if we're not generating more sales, then business is stagnant. It's not going anywhere. And in a business, you want growth. When you've got growth, you've got more impact. When you've got more impact, you're generating more clients, you're generating more success stories, but you yourself, you're growing and you're building a more sustainable business. So when we look at creating more sales in the last half of 2026, what does that look like for you? And there's no right or wrong answer here. Like everybody's on a different path. Everybody's at a different stage in business. Some of you guys, it might be making your first sale. Some of you guys might be going to sustain 10K months, grow to 20K months. You might want to hit your first 100K. You might hit your first million. And that's obviously depending on where you start and where you're at currently. You're obviously not going to do your first million in your first 6 months. That would be potentially unobtainable. But in Messenger, tell me where you want to be. So Melissa wants to grow to 20K months. Love that. And again, there's no right or wrong answer. There's no judgment. We're all in different places. This only allows me to understand the temperature of the people in the room. This is all this is for. So where would you be, Corinne? Joanne, what's the target? What's the vision that you have for the latter half of the year? Let's get some answers down. 10K months. Amazing. And then Joanne, if you can drop yours in as well. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen and then we can jump into the growth session. So I'd like to welcome everyone into the growth room. So this is what I've called a 10-day of live mentorship with myself. And I'm going to explain the reason behind me doing this. And I'm going to explain this here, how this works. So the reason behind me doing this is there's a lot of people, there's more people, there's too many people, in my estimation, in my vision, stuck, spinning the wheels. They've been on everything, they've consumed everything, but that everything that they've consumed isn't making a difference to their business. I'm going to jump a little bit deeper into this because this matters when it comes to growing your business. I'm going to take you through a very short training. Now, this is what I'm doing. This is not a challenge. This is not a masterclass. This is not a workshop. This really is all about having live conversations, powerful conversations, me serving, me showing up to deliver insights on where you are and what you need to do to move forward. So that means me understanding like your business, what's happening, what's not happening, what's working, where you want to head, and then for me to give you some guidance around that. That's really the premise of this. But what I decided to do as well is also just throw in laser focused micro training as well, just to give you some type of education on certain aspects of growing your business. So I am going to be spending 7 to 12 minutes just doing a small focused micro session. So my reason behind doing this is that there's too many high value entrepreneurs that are stuck in the information age. We've lived in the information age for above 5, 6, 7 years now, where people have got direct access to as much information as they need. They're joining masterclasses, they're on challenges, they're joining workshops, they're downloading whatever it is that they need to download. They're researching things on YouTube. You can go, literally, obviously, as you know, go onto YouTube, type in a keyword or a key phrase, get hundreds and hundreds of information thrown back at you that's going to help you to solve a problem. People have got access to strategies, all strategies, and low-level products. All this is designed to give you information. But what is not happening? People have got information, but they don't have the transformation that the information is supposed to provide. Does that make sense? So many people know what they need to do, but they're not doing it because they're overwhelming information. And the join masterclasses, I see the same people joining the same masterclass, joining the same challenges, joining the same workshops, even joining the same workshops, the same challenges, the same people that's running the challenges. They hear the same information over and over and over again. It might be slightly delivered a different way if it's a different person that's delivering the information. They're putting their own methodology, their own spin on the information. But technically the information is the same. They've heard it all before. How many times have you said to yourself, or you may not have said it out aloud, but you said to yourself, oh, I've heard that before, I know that. That's nothing new. I used to say that to myself as well. Have you done that, Corinne? Joanne? Melissa? Let me know in the chat if you've done that. Because most people have. And here's the problem again. Everything that you're learning on these masterclasses, challenges, workshops, everything that you're downloading, these new strategies is just information. What generates transformation is personal insights. personal insights based on where you are, what you need to move forward for where you are, for where you want to go. That's personal towards you. Because you can join these masterclasses and challenges and they're absolutely amazing. And the content is so dialed in to be super focused, hyper focused, to keep your attention. But at the end of it, it's like, okay, well, I've heard that before, amazing, but what do I do with that? Because it doesn't meet you for where you're at. And again, everybody's in a different situation, different business, different marketplace, different stage of business. So most of the information just doesn't help you to move forward. My biggest clients never had the biggest transformation or the biggest results based on me providing them trainings. Their biggest transformation came on the back of insights, personalized insights, jumping into a deep conversation. And then whatever it is they need within inside that conversation, give them exactly what they need so they can move forward. And by providing personalized insights, it reduces information because it only just gives you what you need for where you're at. So it means that you're not consuming all this information that you don't need, but you think you need, but you don't need. So it reduces information, it reduces overwhelm, and it also drives results. Hey Tavik, good to have you here. So we're just halfway through a small training. So this is the reason why I am running this, because I don't want to overwhelm you with more information. I want to bring you into a conversation where we can deep dive into what it is you're working on, where you want to go, and then solve that problem. So you can literally just take that and just run with what you've got and just be hyper focused on that little bit of information that's going to drive you forward. So before we jump into the coaching session, so this is a little bit of a micro training that I want to deliver today. And I thought about this. Now we're all here to build a business. We're all here to serve clients and to make transformations. But business, purely and simply, first and foremost, above and beyond anything else, is here to help you to live the life that you want to live. All businesses are designed first and foremost with the premise of bringing cash flow into your household, into your bank account. That's like the business is an alternative to having a job, a 9-to-5 job. Why do people have a 9-to-5 job? Because they need cash to survive. Why do people want to build a business? Well, because they don't want to work for a boss. They don't want to be told when to show up to work, when to leave to work, how many hours they've got to work, when to have a break, what's going to be in their paycheck at end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, end of the year. They don't want to live their life dictated by somebody else. So entrepreneurs who don't want to live their life by somebody else's rules create a business. They create a business, and in order for them to be able to survive, they need to have cash flow coming in. So I thought one of the best trainings I can provide, micro training, is the fastest path to either, and I've spelled path wrong, the fastest path to either hitting 10K, 100K, or your first million. So we've already established, and what I'm going to quickly do, we've already established that Melissa wants to do 20K months in the latter half of the year, Colin 10K months, and Joanne, did you put down your I'm taking action and moving forward, never done a challenge. Okay. Right, so whatever it is that you want to do, whatever your goals are for the latter half of the year, 10K months, 20K months, 30K months, 50K months, 100K months, whatever it is, in order to hit that, there's a fast way, there's a slow way, there's an easy way, there's a hard way. There's a simple way, there's a complex way. There's always the polar opposite. Now, I always like to simplify business. So if we simplify business, if we can simplify sales, that's going to simplify business. Most people, they overcomplicate business. And if they overcomplicate business, then they're overcomplicating sales. And if they're overcomplicating sales, then business isn't easy to run, easy to manage, and it can be out of control. So the fastest path to hitting your goal in the latter half of the year is all about simplification. So if we look to the left-hand side, sell one premium offer. You wouldn't believe how many conversations I have with so many people, and they say, well, I'm selling this, I'm selling this, I'm selling this, I'm selling this, and I'm going to sell this as well. And they've literally got 5 or 6 and 7 offers that they've created under their belt, all for different marketplaces, all for different people. And guess what? They're not selling any. They're not selling any. Because they're focusing on selling too many things in too many different marketplaces, too many different people that they're trying to serve, too many different price points, too many different delivery mechanisms, too many different marketing messages, too many different ideal clients. So everything's everywhere. The market, they're confused, the marketplace is confused, so they're not selling anything. The simplest thing you can do right now is ditch selling too many things and super lean in, become hyper-focused. And I've used that word quite a few times, right? Become hyper-focused of selling one thing. Whatever that one thing is, right? But make it your signature offer. Sell one premium offer and go hyper-focused on selling that. Why hyper-focused on selling that? Because it's what I call the power of one. You're selling one offer in one marketplace to one person with one marketing message, one strategy. You've got one delivery mechanism. You've got one marketplace. You've got one price point. And you've got one onboarding session. And you're bringing everybody that wants that same solution. So business is simplified. Your marketing message, this is when you can become known for the person that delivers this result that the premium offer is designed to deliver for this one specific person. So this is when you can become known in your marketplace. This is when you can start dominating your marketplace. So sell one premium offer and become hyper-focused on selling that. So all your content, whatever it is, the media that you create, whether that is a challenge or whether that is a videos on YouTube, whether that is a podcast, whether that is content, long form, medium form or short form, whether that is your lives, your stories, the message is all geared around solving one problem for one marketplace that you want to be known for. And on the back end of that, you're selling an offer that's in alignment with that. But also, again, make this high ticket solution. So high ticket means so much to so many different people. So high ticket can be anywhere from, I want to say $2,000, but in the high ticket space, $2,000 is more mid ticket these days. High ticket is more higher. You're stepping into the $5,000 mark, the $8,000 mark, the $10,000 mark, the $15,000 mark. But again, even if it's $5,000, that's going to be the quickest path to 10K months. If your goal is to hit 10K months in the next 30 days and you're selling a 5K offer, then maths is simple. Business is simple. Sales is simple. All you need to do is just sell 2 offers in the next 30 days. You can do that in the next 30 days. If you are selling a $10,000 offer, you only need to make 1 offer. Or Melissa, you want to do 20K. So to sell 2 offers at 10K, you just hit 20K. Fastest path to success. So 1 premium offer, go hyper-focused on selling the offer and make sure it's high ticket solution. You're only looking for a handful of people. You're not looking for masses of people, which makes it easier for you to run a business. Then also as well, it allows you to have one sales pathway. It allows your daily core activities in order to generate leads, have conversations, have calls, make sales. It means that you just need to focus on a select few of activities, like the non-negotiables that you need to do each and every day to be hyper-focused in sales in order to make those sales. Here's the last thing before we jump into the coaching session. The last thing is make sure that you track your prospect sequence. I'm going to talk more about this in a micro training tomorrow, but make sure that you're tracking your prospect sequence. Like no prospect ever went from cold to warm to ready to buy. There's a sequence, there's a temperature sequence again, which I'm going to be talking about more deeply tomorrow. But track your prospecting, where your prospects are. Most coaches, when I say to them, so where are your hot prospects? Where's the people that's potentially ready to buy? And even though they've got maybe a couple of thousand followers, maybe they've already had a lot of conversations, they've got an email list, they cannot pinpoint where their hot prospects are. So everybody's just in the same bucket. You need to be able to differentiate. You need to understand these are cold, these are lukewarm, these are warm, these are hot. Because when you do, it's easy to understand where your next client's coming from. It's easy to take people from lukewarm to warm. It's easy to understand what you need to do to engineer how to take people from warm to hot to ready. But if you don't know, if everybody's just in the same bucket, scattered everywhere, then it's really hard to be able to decipher where your next client is coming from and which people needs something next in order to move them forward. Does all that make sense? Melissa, I know you're driving, so I don't want to ask you to do this thing. But just before we move into live coaching session, just let me know if that makes sense. Do you have any questions around what I've just shared inside this micro training? Melissa, love it. Amazing. Good, 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 good. Okay, so here's what we're going to do next. Just close that down. Right, so we're going to jump into the live sessions, and this is really what this is about. And this is what I'm excited about the most. So camera's on, we're going to unmute. You can unmute one at a time. And basically what I want you to do, like whatever problem you're sitting in, I just want you to, I'm going to ask you a little bit about your business. You can tell me what it is you're doing. You can tell me your goal, tell me where you're at, and then, tell me what is the stumbling block that you're currently facing that's stopping you from making that happen. There's no judgment. Everybody's in a different place. Everybody's in a different stage. Somebody's got bigger challenges than others, vice versa. Just speak to where you're at, speak to what you're working on, speak to what your current challenge is, and then let me serve you. Let me just share what I don't want. Try to think about the question that's inside your head or the way that you answer my questions. Try to be direct. Because one thing I know about a lot of coaches, they're amazing at going off on a tangent. Right? They're amazing. They're super, super amazing at going off on tangents. And they're going everywhere. And it's like, okay, but answer my question. Right? So try and answer the question as direct as you can. Try and keep it short and to the point. And also let me answer your question. Let me answer your question in full. Because a lot of people, I start answering the questions and then they start coming up with other problems halfway through me first answering that first question, and already their brain's overloaded and working somewhere else. It's like be hyper focused on the question that you're asking. Let me be hyper focused on delivering the solution, and then let's ask another question, on the back end of that if needs be. Does that make sense? It allows me to show up to serve you at the level that you deserve. So, who would like to go first? Or shall I just randomly pick somebody? Melissa, you look happy. Come on, unmute yourself. Come on down, girl.
Hi, Andrew.
Hi
Good
there.
morning.
It's
I don't
good
know, where
morning
are
for
you in the
you. For
world?
me, it's 5:30 in the evening.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, fantastic. I hope you had a great day.
Perfect.
My question is, so I'm shifting. I completely am abandoning what I'm really good at
Okay.
because I'm not happy. I've never been happy doing it. It was just what I was good at and what I could charge a lot of money for.
Okay.
So I literally just let go of my last client there so that I can fully shift into the spiritual side that I love to do.
Okay.
And so my question is, well, I don't know if I even have a question. It's just me holding myself back on the being able to charge. I don't even think I can charge as much as I was charging for what I was doing because I'm in a different, like people don't know me yet as
Okay.
this,
Okay.
as this spiritual, my clients do.
Sure.
But they're not looking for that for me.
Okay. So
So
can I ask you about the marketplace that you're stepping into?
So it's really more aligning yourself with the right kind of business.
Right.
So aligning your soul. So it's the spiritual side. So it's business, spiritual alignment is what I'm stepping into.
Amazing. And who is the person that you want to help inside of that?
A person that feels stuck because they're doing the thing they don't love.
Right. Okay. So kind of similar to what you've been through yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. Amazing. So if you were to be a little bit more specific about the person, are they also spiritually aligned?
Oh. Okay. I think I'm back. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I apologize.
That's okay.
Thank you.
So the person that you want to attract, are they also spiritually aligned?
They're not yet spiritually aligned. They're looking for that. They're trying to find their way into what they actually want to do.
Right. Okay. So have they currently started a business or have they not started a business yet?
That's a good question because I could do both, but I need to just focus on what I love. What you were saying, laser
Yeah.
focus.
hmm
So make decisions. Sorry. Um, they've they've started their business.
They've started their business. And what level of success are they are already having? Because I think what I'm trying to get to as well is understanding the marketplace and understanding
Yeah.
if the marketplace is problem aware. Now, chances are, if somebody's not started a business yet, then they're not necessarily problem aware of the thing that you can help them with
Yeah.
because they've actually not started the business yet. So they've not come up against those restraints. That's where they feel there's that disconnect, where they feel there's that out of alignment. But somebody that's maybe already started a business, they've already got clients, they've had success at some level, they're trying to create that growth, but there's something that's holding them back. There's something that's out of alignment, but they're not sure what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But they've met that constraint. They're facing that problem, so now they're problem aware.
Right. Right. So, yeah, they would have had to have started their business because even though they've seen some success, they can't move forward. So that's it
Right.
right there.
Okay. So let me ask you, how much did you use to charge in your previous business that you've just paused?
15,000 per client.
15,000 per client.
hmm
Perfect. Why do you think you can't charge for that in what you're going to move into?
I don't know. It's me. It's just
It's
me.
you,
That's
right?
all. Yes.
It's you. So here's the thing that I love the most about you is that you've already done it. you've already been on a sales conversation. You've taken people, I would imagine, right? You've taken three
Yes.
people through a sales call and you've pitched the offer at the end, you've stated the price and they've said yes or no.
Yes.
So you've already sold at this level. You just need now to align yourself with the outcome that you're going to produce for these people at that level and see that them investing at that level is worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true.
It's true, right? S-
Yes.
So here's the thing, like let's go back to the dream client and their business. So who's going to invest $15,000 into spiritual alignment with the business to help them to scale their business, have bigger growth in their business, have a bigger impact with what they do, make a bigger difference in the world, take themselves from where they are to maybe hitting 500,000, 1 million.
Yeah, that would be someone that's already doing something that they love to a level, but for whatever reason, it's not.
Right.
They're not making that progress.
For me, for you, what I can see you doing is climbing higher up the ladder.
Okay.
Not starting with people who's maybe thinking about building a business, not
Right.
starting with people that maybe got 1 or 2 clients but they're feeling a bit icky, but people that's already running successful businesses.
Right.
But there's a
Right.
disconnect, right? There's something that's not sitting, there's something that's out of alignment. They've got the business, they've got the strategy, they've got the success, but they need what you bring to the table to allow them to be more in flow,
Hmm.
to allow them to be more connected, to allow them to be more aligned, to allow them to soar.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that constraint, like they're all business head, they're more in the head and they're not in the heart. They haven't got
Yes.
the energetics, they haven't got the spirituality, they haven't got the what you bring.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
connect that alignment together. Is that worth $15,000 for somebody that's already doing 30,000?
Maybe. Right.
Maybe, most definitely.
Yeah. There's something with me. There's something with me that is having a hard time stepping into that, and possibly fear, possibly doubt, self-doubt. Just it's like the other thing that I'm just really good at that. I'm really good at system and processes. I just hate it.
Yeah.
I just do, because it's mundane and it's the same thing over and over, and I get bored. And my crazy brain, so it's me. I know I get to work on that. It's the same with me. I know this is what's aligned with me, but I know.
So
So
can I
yeah,
ask you to do this? Can I ask you to do this? Because what I'm feeling right now is that you're coming a lot from the brain,
yes.
right? Fear comes from it comes from up here.
Yeah.
Step into your heart. Step into why you're breaking away from this, and now you want to step into what you love, your passion, your calling.
Yeah. Yeah. It's because I would do it for free all day, is the thing,
But you can't, right?
But I can't. But I can't. Not just for me, for them. Because, when they don't invest, they don't value, they don't actually
Mhm.
put in the work. I've done it. I've done it both ways. I've charged a little bit for this and have created tremendous success, but I ask nothing in return. So I don't have my testimonials that I should have. I don't have
Mhm.
the proof that I should be getting, because I did it literally out of love, just out of, but this felt so good, and this is
Yeah,
what I meant to do, and I
yeah,
feel it. And so,
yeah.
yes.
So here's why maybe suggest is start off where you feel comfortable, but
Okay.
also become a little bit uncomfortable as well. So it might not be $15,000,
Yes.
right? So start like you're on the edge. when you're on the
Okay.
edge, you want to do something big. Most people are scared to jump,
Yes.
right? So they retract. So stay on the edge. Don't charge the $15,000, but charge something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable and not too much,
Okay. Okay.
right?
I can do that. That
You can do that. Or
already. Whew.
100% you can do that, right?
Yes.
Get 5 people in as quick as you can,
Okay.
and then climb.
Okay. I love it. Thank you. That's perfect. I needed that. Thank you.
You can do that.
Yes, I can.
So
Thank you. It's
you're
amazing.
welcome. So quickly, last thing. What is the number that still keeps you on the edge, but it's not pushing you too far?
12.
Right. Come on, girl. There's no difference between 12,000 and 15,000.
I know. I'm thinking about it. I'm up here and I'm like, but 12 is so little, but I can do 12. I get it. Yes.
Amazing. I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Fantastic. Who's next? Who would like to come forward next? Perfect. Perfect. Unmute yourself. Come on down.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, and I can see you beautiful as well.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I am also on the crossroads because I've done so many things in my
Right.
life. As a genius IQ multiple intelligent brain, I'm an artist and a scientist and a manager.
Wow.
And the biggest advocate for Music for Health because it helped me to do both arts and science and manage and different things. Anyway, but the point is, most of my career I did arts, right? I'm on stage since 6 years old. I was performing classical music when I started writing my own songs. I have more than 170 songs. And for 10 years before pandemic, I was teaching music. I had piano and voice students. And in 2 years, I could prepare people for recording, which usually takes 10 years for our teachers.
Wow,
And
amazing.
and then during the pandemic, I jumped into events, helping my friends on major events in the cities, bringing art. I brought art as art curator, selected the paintings, did art direction. Prior to that, in my first marriage, I was helping to manage a film production company. So I was art director, I managed wardrobe, I was helping with production, it's different roles. And then it's all arts, right? Creative work. And, you know, as Einstein says, genius is creativity having... creativity is genius having fun, right? So that's kind of, I was just enjoying all that stuff. And then during events, I was also bringing sometimes musicians as well. So I applied myself and doing marketing for social media, which is copywriting.
Okay.
Article published in Warfront magazine. So I'm a published author as well. Music for healing. I had a situational crisis in 2008 where it's like after stroke, I had to repair my own brain and rewire it, right? So that's why I went deeper into medicine, non-traditional ways, naturopathic, nutritiology, all that stuff, digged everything I could to restore myself. So I did, I believe. I still have a little bit more to go. And that's when I stumbled upon deepen myself into spiritual realm, because once I had that happen to me, I moved into higher chakras, energy centers, right? And then I just need to learning to ground myself better so I can even have more power. When I was on stage, I could carry 500 people very easily since I was, right? But then that happened to me. I was told, that's it, you're crippled for life, you know, all this stuff. And then I kind of thought, maybe that's it. I'm going to teach from home. That's all I'm going to do. And then I jumped into events. It was like a mental, you know, rape for me because I was with kids, you know, in kids environment, and I'm working with top CEOs, top business people, you know, and the Warfront Awards were run. We nominated top CEO women in every industry. We had, I was dealing with journalists of TV, right? They all got to me as well in the process. So it was a complete different thing for me, but I thrive on that. I think because I was in every subject, a scholarship student, so my brain thinks, you know, it's multidimensional that way, but I can talk about arts 1 minute, and then I can talk about science, and I can jump into something else, and I'm pretty comfortable, like fish in the water with everything. But when I'm offering that as a marketing, I'm thinking like right now, am I like all over the place? And I have expertise in those fields. It's not that I don't. I did well, have good reviews.
You've got a lot of expertise in a lot of areas.
Yeah, so I have like art direction and even stylistics. Like I can even show you my studio. I don't want to take the time. But the thing is, I realized that people might not believe that. Like, how can she be good at so many things, right? And then I'm thinking, I'm leaning more towards, because of the situation right now, although I feel it a little bit unsafe sharing that knowledge, but I came across sacral knowledge, energy medicine, things. So I've been coaching it to my close circle, right? And people I work with, kind of guiding them. But it's more like executives, but helping them with their energy, like how to boost your energy, how to calm yourself, because we're dealing with a lot of stress nowadays.
Yes.
Also, additionally, how to, because I use food as medicine, right, for my own, because I was taking medication, so I had to offset the effects, and things like that, until I'm almost completely off. That's another thing. So and also, like, how do I do this without stressing myself out too much if I bring it to public, right? Because with spiritual knowledge, you can, first of all, there's religions, right? There's egregors, that, right? And they'll throw stones at you. You're not ours. You're doing this. You're like cult, or you're this. But the thing is, when you're out of that matrix, you're just reading the field, and you're not attached to a religion. It's a different level. Like, it's a cosmic channeling, things like that. So, and I'm learning and getting more knowledge in that. But of course, like in my background, my family is Christian, and I have priests in my family, so I know there's a lot of protective energy coming from that in my lineage, and I know that I am guided by God and the angels and whatever, Right? I
hear a lot of you're obviously a very talented woman. In everything that you've done. What I love about what you've shared so far, whilst I can feel the little bit of a chaos in everything you've done and what should you do, and there's this and there's this and I've done this and I've done this and I've done this. You've got an amazing backstory.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody can ever deny you of your accomplishments in life. Whether they believe you or they don't believe you, that's on them, that's not on you.
Yeah, I believe, because I have reviews, I have high achievement in every of these areas,
Yeah. And by the way, you're speaking to an ex-musician. So I was a professional musician for 10 years.
That's beautiful.
Not to your level. I wasn't conducting 500 people on stage and all that stuff, but I love your backstory. Here's what I want to ask you, because there's so many different directions you can go in.
Yeah.
And I know that it doesn't matter what direction you go in, you are an expert in all things. Because you haven't just played small in those areas, you've gone to extremes, you've gone to a high level that potentially nobody has worked at that level before.
Yeah, I am
environments.
a great artist too. I was
right.
Yeah, I was.
So what I want to ask you is, where are you called to do more of?
Yeah.
What type of conversations do you want to have more of? What conversations light you up more than anything else? Is it the spirituality side with the high performing females that potentially, like the career driven females, that's neglected other areas of their life, that put everything into business, into success, into wealth, into creation, into career, and there's a disconnect, they're burning out, and you want to help them to heal their soul through whatever. Like, what do you feel as though you're being called to do the most?
I feel like there's two things. I'm an artist, so I like to create. It's my therapy. People say, well, I did martial arts, swimming, etc. For everyone, it's their therapy. Movement is important for unconscious mind to unload the trauma, and then conscious, where you do what you love, you shrink the trauma areas, and that's how creativity is my way of my therapy and something I just enjoy showing to the world, you know, and they love my stuff. And then there is movement. I like dancing. I like music, right? That's what I do. But for in terms of what I feel is both. I entertain. I like to make people smile. And that's why I even had a gift boutique, because I wanted to give people gifts all the time, you know? And then things like that. And then there is another side, which is more like a healer side. But I can heal through voice too. We all heal through voice, touch, and word. I'm a writer as well. So I write both music and lyrics when I write the songs, you know? But there is another side, but I'm thinking like spiritual coaching. Do I just keep it kind of to my circle and close ones? Because the people with a certain mindset, a higher level of consciousness, open heart center, you know, the center, unconditional loving, you know, and the center of creation where we feel we are one with all the living, you know, and we're feeling of oneness, one consciousness where I don't harm you, your joy is my joy, your sadness is my sadness, right? And then people who have that kind of mindset, there's not a lot of them, but people reaching close to that, I can coach them. So if I put it out to public, I don't know if people might think it's bizarre or something they don't understand at all.
Okay.
But
well, this is the beauty, right? This is the beauty in this. Is that if you put this out to public, your marketing message is designed specifically to attract people that's in alignment with that message. And for sure, there's going to be a lot of people that are not that, and they're not there, and there will never be. But they're never going to be your clients anyway. They're never going to invest in you because they don't align with that marketing message. So this is the beauty of this. I would, for me, what I would love you to do is to go public and to go big. Right? Because I can assure you there's communities out there that's built for people like this. And there's people inside those communities that's looking for somebody like yourself just to come in and to share your magic and share your wisdom and share not your marketing message, but share your story.
I am trying to do it like at our Peace Festival during the conference. I had a talk on enlightenment and peace, and I was at the business conference of my other team with Language for Success. I gave a speech on enlightenment in business, something people might think strange, right? But it is from a heart-based business, right? And I talk about it, how to reach enlightenment, how to, you know, and all those things. Still in a process myself, you know, I'm working on that. But I found when I posted it on social media, people who did understand it, they had a lot of love and feeling of unity, and it unites people, these teachings, because for me, Christ wasn't a Christian, Buddha wasn't a Buddhist, they taught love, and I teach love, you know, I bring love to people. So I post artistic work, there's some jealousy, you know, that you were in that field, right? In the entertainment industry, a lot of people who are like, think, well, I'm a big star and this and that, and you know, like I don't like saying narcissist. People are not narcissists. I don't like giving labels, but it's a little bit like a self-indulgent kind of philosophy, whereas spiritual is a very uniting, you know. I get more impact from there and more love from people. When I post artistic side, I notice sometimes it creates a lot of jealousy or like.
So I would, if this is something that you can lean into and become hyper focused in this, right? Over the next 6 months, just lean into this. Just do this, because you're going to serve yourself and you're going to serve your heart with what you want to speak about, and you're going to attract the people that's in alignment with this. And just lean into, just park everything else for the next 6 months. Park everything else, go all in on this, serve people with this, create an offer around this, sell people into this, and serve people on the back end.
I had beautiful offer. Like one of my friends, I gave him like EFT, coaching and with the spiritual elements, right? And some other ones. And he said, "Oh my God, I love it. He just sent me $500 for half hour, you know." So I know, you know,
There
yeah,
you go. There
people
you go.
do love when I share that. And the other day, I had a person who was very well known in the community, and he came and I gave him that, said, I am you, you are me, we're one, you know. And he said, I love it. You know, but I just told you about end phrase, but
Yeah.
there was a half hour of leading through a meditation and everything, working with I call them free life centers, that also if you work with them daily, it can prolong your life, you know.
So let me just, because I need to respect Corinne,
Yeah.
and I need to move on to Corinne. But for yourself, I would go all in on this.
Mhm.
Right? You've got the expertise, you've got everything, you've got the knowledge, you've got the wisdom, you've got the know-how, you've got the experience. Just go all in. No hesitation. No hesitation. Just go all in. Thank you for showing up. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
you.
much. I appreciate your kindness. Thank you.
No,
And thank you for everyone. Sorry I took a lot of time.
it's fine. It's my pleasure. It's been an honor. Corinne, my friend.
And
Hey, how are you? It's been some time.
yeah, it's been yeah. I'm okay.
Okay, so what's the question?
You mentioned something like the idea of specific activities to get people on the sales call.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need, the blueprint, the steps to get to the client.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the list of activities, okay, do this, do this, do this.
Yeah.
You know, move to the next.
Yeah. Okay. So good question. What we need to understand when it comes to the sales pathway, right? How to get somebody from cold to lukewarm to warm to hot to ready. Nobody's
Even
just
before cold to unknown,
yeah, before
from
the
unknown.
cold, yeah. It's like anything in life. Nobody just goes out there and spends £20,000 on a new car or whatever it may be without nobody jumps straight into a hot buyer. Everybody always starts off cold. So what we need to understand, even before you understand what the daily non-negotiables are, what you need to understand, which I'm going to be going deeper tomorrow in the training, is understand like a launch formula kind of thing. Because you need to have content that first and foremost, it speaks to the awareness of the marketplace, speaks to the problem in the marketplace. Because it's not just going out there and just starting conversations or creating content or doing lives. You know, I could go through the checklist, but the checklist doesn't mean anything unless you understand, well, first you need to be able to warm the marketplace up first. Because if the marketplace doesn't know you, you could jump inside DMs and start a conversation, but who's Corinne? Who's this Corinne guy?
Yeah, but if I don't have an audience to where I post this, do I just, I don't know, prepare an offer, prepare a white page and go to businesses and knock on doors and just
Right.
place the offer, or wait, I don't know, to build an
So
audience
yeah,
on
I can
LinkedIn
feel
or
there's everything up in the air. And whilst you've asked this question, I think really the question that you should be asking is maybe a different question.
maybe for me in sales, I'm starting from scratch. Like
Yeah, you're starting from scratch. So let me ask you this question: what is it that you're selling? And who are you selling to?
I can do a lot, like really, I can
Yeah.
do too much. Basically, I want to focus now to niche down on two core offers. One is individual work, leadership development, with anything that involves, decision making and better reactions and better communication.
Yeah.
And training for
Who is
teams.
that for? Who's the leadership program for?
It can go from anyone basically having a team. So any level of leadership, they all have the same, stress responses. They may, maybe they go into micromanaging, maybe they go into bad communication. So that's for one-on-one development. And also the team trainings, again, for team building, people management, communication.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's be even more hyper focused around this.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of people in different levels of organization. And there's lots of people at different levels of organization that's got different teams. You could have somebody that's got a marketing team, you've got somebody who could have a sales team, you could have had somebody that got a business development team, you've got somebody higher up the ladder. There's
Exactly.
also,
So you have a team that you must make sure they work well together, that you understand their psychological needs, that you understand their, environmental needs, everything, motivation strategies, how
yeah,
to
so there's,
motivate your people.
but so what I'd like you to do is instead of looking at just teams in general, focus on a specific team that you want to serve. Because I know they're all people
Mhm.
inside the teams, and they all need to perform, and they all need leadership, and they all need aspects that you bring to the table. But if you can be more specific in which team that you really want to serve, like is it the marketing department where you can have a bigger impact? Is it, and you understand the impact of this team? Because by helping this team become more productive, then you're helping the business to grow. By helping a sales team become more productive, you're helping them to show up on calls to be more, to close more deals, to be better, to
Yeah,
perform better on
communicate better,
calls.
more flexible, better
Yeah,
emotion
absolutely,
control.
right. So if you can think about, well, what teams do you want to help develop inside an organization? So maybe like look at the structure of an organization, look at the size of an organization that you want to serve, look at different teams that they might have in place. Or it might not be the sales team. It might be somebody higher up that's overlooking the full team. Or if like the bigger
Yeah, I
umbrella.
get it. Mhm.
Yeah. Because then that's going to allow you to be able to then construct a program that's going to be able to be laser hyper focused for that. So then it's going to be a lot easier then to understand or to work out a sales pathway. But without knowing what it is that you're serving and being specific around that, then the sales pathway and the daily non-negotiables, because your non-negotiables potentially going to be different to mine because business is different.
Mhm.
But it's easy to work out a non-negotiable once you understand, well, this is the marketplace, this is who I want to serve, this is what I'm selling, and this is the impact that this can have. You also know as well if that team is underperforming, like you know the consequences of that business. What's going to happen to that business if that team's underperforming? You know, if they're not hitting their KPIs, if they're showing up to work sluggish, if they're having late nights, if they've got unhealthy relationships out of work, if they're drinking on an evening, if they're showing up work late in the morning, if they're missing days, right? So you understand as well if a specific team is not performing at the level it should be, you can talk about the consequences of them underperforming. But them underperforming is going to have a different impact on the business.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So what I would just do is just sit with that, but not too long, Corinne. Like an hour, a couple of hours. Like draft it out, do some research, look at teams, look at how some teams underperform. Look at where you can go in and you can really serve this aspect of team. And by you serving this aspect of team, it really elevates or well, that's not the word I'm looking for.
I get it. Yeah,
Yeah, it uplifts everything else in the organization.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you. So should I work on this and come back with it tomorrow, or tomorrow you go on a
Hey,
different?
if you want to work on this and then come back with it tomorrow, and like
Yeah, I
take
can
that
do
as
some
well.
research, like you said, to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
on
come back
what
tomorrow.
kind of things to apply more.
Yeah, absolutely. But here's what I'm saying, like work on it and get to a level like, right, I'm happy with this. I'm going to run with this. I'm going to put my stake in the ground. This is what I'm going to sell over the next 6 months. And I'm not going to change my mind in 2 weeks. I'm not still going to be thinking, is this still the right offer? Like, if you can serve this, like, just go all in on this.
Okay, I'll think about it until tomorrow, and tomorrow we can work on the specific steps.
Yeah, you can come back tomorrow with a more dialed in question based on that next step.
Hey, Tatovic, I like your questions. I relate a lot. Thank you.
Excellent. Right. I'm going to have to wrap this up because I've got a group coaching call starting in 2 minutes with my clients. So I appreciate you showing up. I love the questions. I love the way that you express yourself and everything you do. If you want to show up tomorrow, if you're working on something today, you want to show up tomorrow
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
ask a different question, you're more than welcome. Same time, same place, same link. And also there's going to be a different training from me as well.
Thank you. Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Tatovic.
My pleasure. Bye for
Bye.
now.